Welcome everybody to Tweeds Sip and Style, hosted by myself, TJ with Tweeds.
The man.
The man, the myth, the legend. But we're also joined by the CEO of Tweeds, Donald Carlson Jr., one of the greatest entrepreneurs I know, period. I mean, your story is so amazing to me. You know, growing up with you, I mean, I think I have a unique perspective watching you since I was 14, since we were both 14, knowing each other, from magic to dry cleaning to suits and to crushing in your own business. I'm really curious, Donald. I mean, like, tell me a little bit about that journey, a little bit about your journey from magic to your dad's cleaner to...
Yeah, it's an interesting journey. So me and TJ have known each other since like 9th grade. We were really good friends. And back in high school, I was obsessed with doing card tricks, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like find something and I get obsessed with it. And it's like the only thing that, you know, consumes my mind. So for like 10 years of my life, it was magic. So throughout high school, I would do magic tricks, card tricks, whatever. And after high school, I worked at Universal Studios and did like magic shows for 6 months, and it was awesome. But I got fired from that job because I couldn't sell the magic as well.
Yeah.
So like it was like a commission-based sales job. So like we were set up in Universal Studios, and we did like a 15-minute show. And after the show, you would like bring the people back and try to sell the magic that you performed. And I just, for some reason, like it didn't sell very well for me. I just didn't do good at it. So I remember I was at my grandpa's house, and my boss called me. He's a good guy. And he's like, "Hey, I just don't think this is working out." And so I got fired, and I cried, and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I asked my dad if I can work for his dry cleaning business, but I didn't want to like be pressing clothes or like just like doing the labor. I wanted to help grow it. So the first day I just went out knocking on doors, asking people if I can pick up and deliver their dry cleaning. And did that for 7 years, built that up. Kind of got burnt out in like year 5. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was going to join the Marines. I was in really good shape then, not anymore. You know, got the dad bod going now.
Dad bod action. Yeah.
But so I was going to join the Marines because like if I was going to leave my dad's business to do something else, like it had to be like right.
Yeah, it had to be something
right, solid. So I did like some training, and then I took my whole family out to dinner. I don't know if you know this or not, maybe. And I told them that I got a recruiter, I'm joining the Marines, and my family's like very like nervous, anxious people. They're like, "No, you can't do that," whatever. And I didn't end up doing it. And then like a year later, me and Dorota, my fiance, we went on a 10-day road trip, and I got inspired to start a clothing business. And the day we got back from that trip, I sold my car, bought the box truck, you know, all this.
Yeah.
And started Tweeds, started knocking on doors.
But where did that inspiration come from? You were on the trip.
Yeah.
You were out there. Like, where did it, like, did you see something that just like, were you in a clothing shop?
Yeah, we saw another clothing business. Yeah, exactly. And it just clicked.
And it just clicked.
Yeah, I was like,
this is what I want to do.
I'm not a consumer. Like, typically I'd be like a consumer of it. Like, oh, I want to get some custom clothes. But it didn't hit me like that. I was like, no, this is so cool. I want to do this myself.
Yeah.
And so like, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. So I told Dorota, like, I'm going to quit the dry cleaning job, and try to start a clothing business. And this was 3 months into us dating. So she's like, "Okay, great. Now I've got this boyfriend that's just going to quit his job."
Yeah,
she didn't have a lot of great
at, by the way.
Yeah, that I was doing well at.
You know,
and because she didn't have a lot of great boyfriends, whatever, growing up and stuff. So like, oh, here we go again, another loser.
Well, not anymore. Yeah, no, definitely.
But yeah, so that's how it all happened, and it's just been a freaking awesome journey.
That's amazing. So, I mean, like one thing that like I think about often, I'm always like super interested in is like the fact that, I mean, you went from dry cleaning, you were working for your dad, and your dad's such a great business person. I mean, like, you know, he's had multiple dry cleaning locations over the years. He's done really well for himself. But coming to this point now where, fast forwarding to now where your dad sold the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now he's working for you. And like, what's that dynamic like? Like, I think I look at you two, I'm like, that's such a cool entrepreneurial powerhouse. Like your dad's very buttoned up, dots the T's and crosses the I's, whereas your growth mindset all the way. So like, tell me about that dynamic.
Yeah, it's a really good dynamic because my dad's a lot more like calm down and chill.
Yeah.
You know him well. And so he, brings that to the business. And then I'm like, always like going forward.
Yeah.
So he deals with a lot of like the business licenses, the insurances, stuff that he's dealt with for 30 years. So he's like really good at it. But it's really cool. Like I never thought that would happen either.
Yeah.
My dad kind of got burnt out of the dry cleaning business too. He did it for so long.
How long did he do it for?
35 years.
Yeah.
He had his first dry cleaning business when he was 19 in Brooklyn with his brother.
Yep.
And then that's all he did his whole life.
Yep.
They tried to start like a restaurant business where they sold plates and stuff, restaurant equipment, and that didn't work out. But it's really cool, and we're a good duo, and he helps me out a lot.
No, I believe it. I mean, he's definitely the Robin to your Batman. I mean, you guys definitely complement each other. You guys are different strengths, bring different energies to the table. So like that's super cool. How, like, take me back to like day one when you were at your dad's dry cleaner, like, and you wanted to grow it. Like, what were those things that, all right, I can do this, I can do that. What were those things that you did to grow that business?
It was just knocking on doors. So I don't know. When I talked to my dad that night, I was in his apartment, I was like, hey, can I come work for you? For whatever reason, I just immediately thought that I would just go knock on doors and ask people if I can pick up their dirty laundry and clean it.
Yeah.
Like that was just the first thing that clicked with me. And I had worked at my dad's dry cleaner like growing up, like, in the plant and in the stores. So I knew the business a little bit, like knew how to tag clothes. I knew a little bit of the ins and outs. I was just like, the easiest thing to do here is just how do we bring in more clients to grow the revenue? Yeah. And that's what we did.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So like we did like a pickup and delivery service. And we didn't have any clients on day one when I started. And, 7 years later, we had like 8 trucks on the road picking up clothes.
Wow.
And it was all no marketing or anything. It was just, sweat equity.
Sweat equity, knocking on, what do I mean? Basically what you told me to do day one here.
Yeah.
Like when I remember when I started, I was like, I want to do some social media things. Once I get going, should I be, investing in myself? And I mean, that's what I'm doing now at this point. But like back when I first started, I was already thinking like this. But you were like, you really should put your mind and energy into sweat equity, going out and getting after it.
TJ's got it down. Like when he came on, TJ asked me for, if he could come work for TWEEDS. And I was like, I don't know.
Didn't know, yeah.
It was Rob and Mike at the time. And like my focus was always like, all right, I got to make sure Rob and Mike are successful before we bring on another person. I just didn't think we were there yet. And TJ just kept asking. I was like, all right, you know what? Come on. Yeah. We'll 1099 you, and you just go out and try to get clients in, and we'll help you learn the process. And TJ went out and just didn't really care as much to like learn how to measure. Like obviously that was important.
Yeah, but I wanted to know that, but you were like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. He just went out and just found clients, and obviously TJ's a likable guy, and people want to work with him. And so that was the way to do it.
So, I mean, I often reflect back to that, and I'm like, I think back to my story and like how I started this journey, and it was like, I remember, dude, like I was in between either going back to school for another semester and picking this up in April.
Yeah, because you're doing physical therapy.
Yeah,
physical therapy.
Yeah, physical therapy. And you were like, I want to, I'm probably not going to be ready till April. And I was like, it was December. So it was like a perfect jump ship or not. And I was like, well, if I'm going to jump ship, I might as well just try to do it now. And, now's a good time to do it. They say the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Yeah. So I was like, well, I wanted to just jump ship then and there and jump over to TWEEDS. And, I just kept calling and kept asking. I was like, hey, like if I just came on now and like found my own clients, can we just make this work? Like, and you were like, yeah. So you gave me a shot, and that was all I needed.
Now 3 years later.
3 years later, we're here. We're crushing. Tell me about your goals for TWEEDS. Like what's the ultimate goal? Like 10 years. I mean, I know you're by a moment to moment kind of guy. I know that about you, but you gotta have some sort of like vision for this 10 years down the line. Like what does TWEEDS look like in 10 years?
I mean, you're right. Like I just look at it day to day. Like, when I started it, like I just thought I was going to do the box truck forever. I loved what I was doing, and I didn't really think we had to do anything else. And then, I went to that Grant Cardone conference and met Brandon Dawson, and, I made a big financial commitment to do like a 2-day workshop.
Yeah.
And that was really like the moment that changed everything. So I put a lot of money into a 2-day workshop, and I could bring one person with me to the workshop. And I used that as my commitment and like the thing to make it happen, to go find a person to bring onto Tweeds. And that was Rob. And so he came to the workshop with me. And at that point, it was just me and him. He had literally just started 3 weeks before, didn't know like anything about it.
Yeah.
And I just kind of got like inspired to want to like scale the business.
Yeah.
And then that's when, a few months later, I decided to sign the lease for the Sarasota store and really start to change things. And then, you remember when we opened up Tampa?
Yeah.
Really after that, when we opened up St. Pete, I was like,
we got the trifecta.
We got the trifecta. We got the triangle. We're good.
We're done.
We're done.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to work on really focusing on that. And then, I don't know, 2 months later, Orlando and Naples at the same time.
Yeah.
Because we announced that at the 5-year anniversary party.
Yep.
And but like, I like having, I guess, shorter term goals, because I feel like, okay, you knock that goal out and then you figure out what's next.
Yep.
The goal for this year was to have, the goal was to have 10 stores open by June, and we did that. And then the next goal was to have 15 stores open by the end of the year, and we'll beat that. We'll have 16 stores open by the end of the year.
Nice.
And then the next goal, which I don't think we've ever set out in like a podcast or anything, was next year the goal is to go to 30 stores.
Oh, yeah.
So 30 stores by the 2026. And then I don't know what's after that. I really don't.
You don't, yeah.
That's just like the short-term goal. And when we get to 22 stores or 24, we'll maybe start thinking about what's next.
That's incredible. Yeah, 30 stores by 2026. You got your work cut out for you.
Yeah, it's put that into math. It's kind of crazy. We have to open one store every 3 weeks for the whole year.
But genuinely, if like anybody can do it, I believe that's you and this team. We are definitely growing and definitely bringing a lot of really great guys on, and everybody's
it's all about the team.
Growth mindset oriented.
Yep. So we built, I don't even know how it's happened, but somehow we've built a sick team of motivated individuals.
Yeah.
We all love hanging out with each other. We like push each other to the next level. We're always trying to talk about bigger goals.
Yep.
And it's just really cool.
It's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
Some of the newer guys like Michael, he's inspiring me recently, and even Jamal. He's crushing down there in West Palm. So it's exciting to see all this growth. But also, I'm trying to think as far as kind of shifting gears to who's watching this. I'm curious, what's one piece or a couple pieces of business advice that you could give to a young, hungry entrepreneur who's out there? Maybe he, just stumbled across his idea, and he wants to go chase it, he wants to go do it, or he doesn't even have the idea. What's a couple pieces of advice you can give to that guy?
Yeah, find a way to make yourself have to be committed. So when I go find a store, for example, I'll sign the lease before I have a plan. And now we've done it a lot of times, so we figured it out.
Yeah, you got the process down.
We've got the process down, but I like to have the commitment before I have the plan, because the plan follows the commitment.
Yeah.
So if you are working a job and you're making 70 grand a year, whatever, 60 grand a year, whatever it is, then you're comfortable in that, then you really don't have something that's going to really push you to jump to do something else. And so I would say quit the job and jump whatever
ship.
It is. If it's you're working at a restaurant and you're making 60, 70, 80 grand a year, and that's comfortable for you, that's awesome. But if you know that there's an opportunity to do sales somewhere, or there's an opportunity at another company to grow, make the jump and then go all in on it. And that would be my best piece of advice.
Okay.
For someone in that position.
And kind of staying in that same vein, one thing, I look at you and I'm you are an expert in two fields, two of the most important skills in this world. It's marketing and sales. Mm-hmm. If you know how to do those two things, you can make a lot of money in your lifetime.
Yeah.
I firmly
those are the
believe
two most
that.
important things, because I'm a big Grant Cardone guy, right? Followed him for a long time. Love him or hate him. He has a lot of good information to say. Mm-hmm. And the truth is if you have a business and someone doesn't know you exist, they can't do business with you.
Yep.
If they don't know you, they can't flow you.
Yep.
You know that you exist, and you think, oh,
Everybody should
all
just
your
know me.
friends, all
Everybody
your
should just come
family
into the
knows.
business. Yeah.
No, you got to go out. And in the beginning, when you don't have the money, you got to do the sweat equity.
Yep.
Knock on 100 doors a day for 3 years.
Yep.
You know, whatever it is, get out to every networking event and tell people. And then as you start to accumulate a cash flow, you reinvest that into marketing.
Yep.
If you don't do that, you're just going to be stuck. And then sales, you have to be good at sales. And sales, in my opinion, comes before the customer and before the process.
Yep.
In terms of like, if you can't get the customer in the door and know how to sell them, then why do you even have a product?
Yep.
If you believe in your product, sell them on it. Because I know we have a great product. We feel like we're doing our client a disservice if we let them walk out the door.
Yep.
Because we believe we have the best suits. Yeah, sales and marketing is super important.
Sales and marketing. Okay. Yeah, I think both of those skills are super valuable. If you know you can master those skills, you will be so happy with your life. In that same kind of same space, like, you mentioned, you kind of touched on some topics on marketing and sales, but like in marketing, like what are some things you've learned over the years that have been successful for you, growing your business?
Being omnipresent. If you're watching this, you've probably seen TWEEDS somewhere, right? So making sure you're being seen everywhere.
Yep.
Again, if that's, if you have the money to throw it into marketing, do that. If you don't, then go knock on a lot of doors.
Get on every podcast.
If you feel uncomfortable knocking on doors.
Engagements, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But if you feel uncomfortable knocking on doors, that was a game. I loved knocking on doors. Like if you feel uncomfortable, just go do it. You're always going to feel uncomfortable doing something for the first time, for the first 100 times.
Absolutely.
Then you do it 100 times and you're like, oh, this is easy. And then you tweak yourself and you get better at the process and what works and doesn't work.
What's something you've learned over the years on sales?
Ooh, on sales?
Yeah. Something that's been like game changing for you, that's, helped you in your sales game. What's something that's kind of sticks out to you there?
I don't do sales as much.
I know
as
you're kind of
I'm kind of out of that.
Yeah.
I actually love hearing you guys now. Like we do sales calls. TJ does a sales call every week with the team. And I'm learning things, that like, I'm like, dang, I wish I would have known this when I was running appointments.
Would have went a lot smoother. Would have got less walkouts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Objection handling and stuff. Like, again, we want to train on these things because we want to help the client, if they feel nervous about a decision, help them make the decision.
Yeah.
Because we feel like we're selling a great product.
Yeah.
Yeah. Objection handling has been fun to listen to.
Well,
the mirroring stuff that we talked about today, and the labeling was cool.
Yeah, labeling is super cool.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. If you're able to accurately predict or call out somebody's idea or something that they're thinking about in advance, like they feel like you're reading your mind a little bit, and they're like, whoa, how'd you, like, yeah, I'm going to go do that. Like, how'd you, and they trust you a little bit more. And, it's a powerful tactic is labeling.
And the other thing too, I want to say is like, we sell an expensive product. So someone's coming in here and spending $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 or whatever on a suit, and they've never had a custom suit. And that can be a nerve-wracking decision. But at the end of the day, it's going to be something that you have in your closet for a long time. It's an investment and you're going to put it on and you're going to feel really, really good.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you a great experience.
Yep. And we're always in your corner. Like, if a guy snags, a button on a shelf or something, I'm always helping guys out. I usually don't even charge
We're like
them for
Andy
a button.
Elliott, we got your back.
I got your back. We got your back when something goes wrong with your suit. I'm in your corner.
Yep.
That's something that we, pride ourselves on is giving great customer service and being there for the client down the line. Going back to your story a little bit, just because I remember, gosh, when we were kids and, 14 and, we were at a gas station, you and me, and you told me you didn't even remember this, but I remember this so vividly, like it was yesterday. Like
was this in my Kia Spectre 5?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, with the flames
and the catalytic converter.
Yeah, with the rice burner. Yeah, 100%. So I remember like it was yesterday. Like you were scraping change for gas that day, and just to
I think at that point I probably worked at like Lids in the mall or something.
Yeah. So like just to see how far you've come from that day to today, and how far both of us have come, really, it's quite incredible. Like what do you attribute that? Like if you had to say like 3 attributes that you kind of hold, what do you attribute that to?
I don't know if I could think of 3, but I would just say like, just enjoying the journey and like, constantly having goals and targets to like reach, because that's what I love.
Yeah.
Like I love setting these targets and like
Yeah.
trying to figure out if we can accomplish them.
Yeah. So set goals high.
Yeah, set goals high.
Never lower your targets.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that as well. I mean, you taught me that. I mean, Grant Cardone, certainly.
But yeah, I mean, like I didn't come from any sort of money or anything. My dad had the dry cleaning business. I don't know what the amount.
It was good, right?
Yeah, it was good. I think I would say
exceptional.
Probably, and I don't know, but my dad probably made at the most like maybe 250 grand in a year, which is a good middle class income.
Yeah.
Right, but it's not wealth.
It's not massive
rich. Right? It doesn't. I don't have anything to fall back on. You know.
Yeah.
So like I didn't come from money or anything like that.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like it's fun trying to continue to build it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's the thing, man. Like one thing, I remember this day, we were helping out two of our clients who both kids came from wealth. God bless them. I mean, that's amazing for them. But, you told me and you mentioned to me afterwards, like, good for them, but I almost feel bad for them a little bit because, like, they were both like 17, 18 driving Uruses.
Yeah.
Like,
I thank God that I didn't come from that.
Because, like, you're, at this stage, like, you're growing. You're able to continue the hustle, continue the grind, and you value that over the end result, which is the financial gain. Yeah. You value that over that. So what's one style tip you would give to the crowd? Like one style tip?
That's a good question. I would say like one style that I do a lot of, I enjoy wearing. And I think that this will probably more be, it's a style we see a lot of. So we do custom jeans, the best custom jeans.
They're
amazing.
Handmade in Italy.
Handmade, they're amazing. Yeah. So I love doing like a custom jean look with tweeds, a polo, and then like a cool sport coat. Okay. Like I'm doing a suit with the tie today, and I like wearing Jordans or Nikes or something too, because I like having like that elevated like business look. So yeah, if you have a good sport coat, a good polo, and a good pair of custom jeans, like it's a good look. And you could rock that on like a Friday night.
What about hats with suits?
I wear hats with suits all the time. Yeah, especially with something like this. Yeah.
100%.
Because I feel dressed up, and then I got my hat on.
I mean, Mike's giving me.
Oh yeah.
He's giving me a little.
Seth wears a hat.
Yeah, Seth wears it. Yeah,
all the time.
He crushes it.
Yeah.
I mean, you crush it.
Everyone's got a different style, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Rob's a lot more buttoned up. He likes to wear a tie most days, a vest, which is awesome.
I don't think I've worn a tie in since the first 6 months.
Really?
That's been a minute since I put on a tie.
Yeah.
But
I'll probably throw a tie on once a month. I like the feel of a tie because I feel like it I don't know, it just does something.
Well, the cool thing about a tie, and this is something, it can break up the look, really, really well. It can add another dimension to the look, which is cool. What's TWEEDS, a big announcement that you have for TWEEDS right now? Like anything in the works, anything keeping close to the belt?
I almost just kind of said it a little bit, but we're going to break our goal. We'll have 16 stores by the end of the year.
Yeah.
At the 6-year anniversary party, we announced that we'd do 15, and we hit 16. So we're doing Charlotte. The ones that aren't opened are Charlotte, Alpharetta, and New Orleans. And then I'd say that's it.
There's any areas you're looking? Nothing? Nothing you're willing to share with
I don't have anything
concrete yet.
Concrete.
Yeah,
yet.
and that's one thing you'll know.
But we're gonna try to add 14 more stores next year. So
yeah,
we're gonna be coming to a city near you probably.
Probably, you have a. You definitely have the growth mindset to achieve it. So I'm very excited to see how this all pans out.
I'm excited to see what happens next year because we did a lot this year, and
how many stores did we add this year total?
We'll be at 16 at the end. We started, Fort Lauderdale was 6, so we did 10 stores.
10 stores. So, yeah, you could do 14.
Yeah, 100%.
4 more? Yeah.
There are some gaps and periods that we could have done more. But this year, now everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
We have the interior designer who's awesome, Jared. We have the process down. We have my dad who's helping out a lot. Yeah. We have a bigger batter team. Yep. So we're dialing it all in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for this episode of Sip and Style. Donald, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So let's do our little cheers.
Do we have to chug this?
Yes. No, we don't have to chug it. With style. Thanks for joining me, man.